Rob, are you guys still in the fight, the European fight?
Well, factually, yes. Listen, we topped a pool last year that was won with a team of 16 points. So now there's 4 games left and we've got a point. So we are. And to be fair, we'll keep fighting to the death, because the one thing we have learned is that you fight to the death and you've always got an opportunity. So we'll keep going for it. I think wrapping up tonight, I've just said to the players, I know they're hurting, but I think tonight they're hurting for the wrong reasons. Last week, tonight they're hurting for the right reasons. Sorry, last week they were hurting for the wrong reasons. Last week we were hurting because we didn't really lay it on the line. We didn't really lay it on the line. We didn't really give ourselves a fighting chance to get anything out of that game. Tonight we did, and I think to come to Ulster on an evening game like tonight, and with such a good crowd, such a good atmosphere, and stand and fight and refuse to get bowed, because there were moments where they got some momentum and refused to bend, and to be within 2 feet, probably closer than that, of a drop goal going over and us winning what would have been a remarkable game for us. I'm disappointed, but like I say, I'm disappointed for the right reasons. I think in a lot of ways, I think we've learned a little bit about ourselves tonight that's going to be important for us going forward.
What were your thoughts just when Gareth lined up that for the second drop goal? What were you saying to yourself?
I think we did exactly the right thing going for it early. I think if you're going to, I think Gareth's first drop goal was the right decision to go for it early, not try and just run the clock down and then go for a killer blow. We then defended probably poorly, probably one of our softest little bits of defence that gave the Ulster drop goal opportunity. And I think at the end we did the right thing. We took it early. He wasn't under a great deal of pressure, so it was the right decision to do it. When he hit it, he thought it was going over. It was a pretty clean strike. It certainly wasn't a hit and hope. And to be fair, it would have been fantastic for the club. It would have been very, very fantastic for Gareth Steenson to have scored all the points coming home to Ulster and getting a win. But it wasn't quite to be. But I thought he was very good today. Gareth, very good. And as I said, I think we've got something to work with. After last week, we didn't have a lot to work with. Tonight, we've shown we've got enough spirit and enough kind of courage within the team for us to really work as moving forward as a good side again.
Charles Piatau was a bit of a handful.
Charles Piatau is a world-class player. I think we're all aware of it. I think he's been a fantastic signing for Ulster. He was a fan. Wasps took a fantastic opportunity to get him for a few months last year, and perhaps he was probably the momentum man within the game, really. And he obviously, he causes a few problems, but he should. He's a very good player.
Given Gareth Steenson's performance tonight, do you find it amazing that he's never been capped for Ireland?
Gareth's EQP, you see, which is something we kind of laugh about at home, and I quite like him staying like that, because it's quite important for us as a Premiership club to have a lot of EQP players. But from my perspective, if he gets capped by anybody, I quite like it to be for England. But obviously guys over here want it to be for Ireland. So I think Gareth's had a very distinguished career for us now. Yes, it does seem a surprise over the last 10 years of how many good games he's had that he's never really seemed to have a sniff. And I think he had a point to prove tonight, and I thought he did that remarkably well.
Rob, last season you qualified with 3 defeats. Do you think this group might go the same way again?
No. If I'm honest, Claremont look a little bit of a different animal this year. I think they've learned a bit from last year, and I think that's the important thing for us. Is I do think we're learning a bit from last year. I think we had a very good year last year, and I think we're still adapting to that. We're still adapting to it a little bit, and I don't have a problem with that, because that is the things that you have to go through if you want to be a club that's competing at the top end of the Champions Cup for a number of years. If you want to be competing at the top end of the Premiership, you have to be able to double up on good seasons. We've never had to do that before. We've never even had to deal with the issues of playing in a final and winning or losing those scenarios. And we're dealing with it now. But I think tonight's show we're starting to deal with it, and that's important to me. Okay.
Oh, just one more. Sorry, just on Mitch Lees, Maro Itoje's injured today, and George Cruz also injured yesterday. Do you expect him to be in the reckoning with the England second row now, given they've lost?
If I'm totally honest, not at the moment. I think Mitch is still getting a little bit up to speed and getting back up to his best. And I think I wouldn't think Eddie Jones would be looking at Mitch at the moment. Okay. Thank you.